We can walk down there. It's not that far. It's just it's a couple feet.
How are you gonna make me work?
I'm not getting the flow of what I need. And so that's why it's all about flowing versus, you'll see when we show you go to flow, a half a second, 1/2 of a second, you can drop 4 feet. We technically could walk up a roof and back down with our goat and not be tied off because we would be less than 15 minutes. And you fall down and it has a little bit in here, or you have one of these here, that is the safety here. By the time this thing rips out and it all undoes, there's a good chance on a 1-story house.
I want you to look at this right here. We're using this as a marker. I'm straight up and down vertical right now.
So it's just gonna hook on there. This thing here costs, I think they're like 40 bucks.
Yeah, 20, 30 bucks. That's cranked down. And you want to have your weight straight up and down on the shaft. Turn a bit. Now, we're up on this roof. Remember what I said about the 6/12 pitch? We're flush here and we're flush here.
And a lot of times that's not the attitude we need. So if we have employees and we tell them we want this done, this done, this done, this done, you better be doing this, this, and this. Then you can say, I trained him this way and he is supposed to do this, this. And so I know somebody, I was talking to somebody in the bathroom that's like, this is why I do it. So we're gonna recognize the importance of ladder safety, identify, set up ladders properly, climb and work on ladders.
And what are you guys actually going to do? You got to keep that in mind. What will they actually do?
Yep. So there's some tools.
All right. So we're on our ladder. Let's talk a little bit about ladder safety before we even get up on the roof. We've got to set up our ladder to somehow get up there. Now, this is important because remember the photos where there's 2 levels of gutter? Yep. Our ladder's on the ladder rack. If you're tall and you take it off this way, how do you carry it? You can walk like this, power walk. So it's a situation, try to keep it centered. You don't move a ladder like this.
Yeah, Profit First, I recommend reading Profit First. It's a good way, at least, kind of understanding business. And question I always get, where to get it from, good question. I don't know. A lot of times it's good to go to either a local guy, well, it'll get rid of your original and then you'll just go to a commercial policy. And then if you have employees, you're going to need workers' comp. And workers' comp is not cheap always on these photos. And how do we need to add these photos? Well, we need to name the photo file Raleigh.jpg. And that's how we're going to upload these photos into there. And this is really important is if we're trying to Lake City, I'm going to mark up in Lake City, but then I would put Lake City. So that's what I'm going to do to name those photos. If I go up and I'm going up and I'm pulling way over here, it's going to pull the ladder that way or this way, or if I'm pulling way here. So I really need to be right here as I'm going up with this ladder. And this ladder will stand there all by itself.
Getting onto this roof and I'm stepping onto this roof now. This stupid thing is in my way. It is in my way. Let me show you what happens when you hold on to this. Your pivot point changes.
But that's why you're always supposed to have 2 people, and you're always supposed to have one person.
The bottom tied up. You try to keep nailing it into them,
I want you to make sure that you know that the right way is the right way. Is it going to happen? Yes, it's going to happen. Is that going to get in the way of climbing up? Yes, it is. You can make money. And that's just the way it is. And he not only listens to me, and this is what a lot of times people don't realize, but it's something that you really need to do is not just listening, but taking action. If you got a lot of questions, I'll stop and ask the questions. Because I know sometimes people like to ask a lot of questions.
On the hood. Put it extra beer on the hood.
Okay? Versus. And then keep doing that, and you get really comfortable at that, and maybe while you're out there, you're like, hey, listen, I'm confident right now, let me try this other thing. Because remember, every roof has been built. somebody's been up there. Somebody was confident enough to do it. I mean, and they're swinging a hammer up there. They're moving. They're lifting 50, 100-pound stacks of shingles. I mean, now listen, same thing on residential if somebody happens to drive by. It's just, you're going to be out there for 15, 20, 30 minutes. What are the, I'm not saying don't push the envelope, but I'm just saying, like, you need to be safe for you, for what you're doing. Yeah.
So what I always do to make sure that if it's not working is, the next thing is, this will be what we do while we're waiting on food. This is in here, underneath here, you have a little O-ring in there. Get this down there. It's kind of fun to watch people do it, because it's hard to do when you don't do it all the time. Stuff like that, so that way when my pump breaks the fuse, I can keep up. I got some extra fittings, break, stuff like that.
All right, here's a money's worth for your class. See how this box is right here? That'll ruin your whole day not having it.
And just a simple trailer like this is all you need. You don't even, if you want to go cheaper, you don't even need a good reel. So obviously we got 200 feet of hose on here. This hose here is called Dragon Tail. Can I open this for you, Jay?
No.
So on the back side of that is a Hudson float valve. That does have a filter in on the screen right here.
You take the filter out.
It doesn't make no difference. So it has a 50-gallon buffer tank, 50-gallon soap. Again, that's water coming in, that's water going out. So this one here is going back in. We have the cheap $25 valve here for our soap. We don't need nothing really special for our soap. And then we got the nice ball valve, the $125, what's it called?
GF.
Huh? GF valve. Yeah, GF valve.
A lot easier.
And the reason why I'm doing this is I shot my elbows a month ago, and I couldn't even pick up a.
Oh, so that's the other thing. If they're not straight and angled, if they're not straight and angled with the bars. So this one is clogged too, he says, because you can't see through it. So the best thing is, so what is time?
Money.
Exactly.